Hey everyone, we have a orders table where we have order ID, we have the customer ID and we have the order dates. And based on this table, we are going to solve a very interesting SQL problem. So that is to find customer who have placed at least one order in every month after their first transaction till their latest transaction. So for example, if customer C1 has placed first order on January and the last order on April, so we need to check if the customer has placed order in each and every month between January to April. Now I'll show you the step-by-step approach to solve this question. So the first step is to get the first transaction and last transaction date for each customer. And to do that, we will select our orders table, that is from orders, and we'll select customer ID, and we'll use min and max function to get the first and last transaction date. So min of order date as first order date, max of order date as last order date. Okay. So as you have used aggregate function min and max, we have to use group by. So we'll group by the customer ID. So if I run this first part, see how the output will look like. So we got the customer ID, we got their first order date, we got their last order date. So for example, customer C2, the first order date was in January and the last order was in April. Now we'll go to step 2, that is to count distinct transacting months for each customer. So we'll select our table, that is orders. So from orders, we'll select customer ID and we'll select count distinct transacting months. So for transacting month, I'll be using substring function. So sub str of order date. So in substring function, we have to give where to start and where to end. So we'll start from 1 and we'll go till 7, right? That's where we'll cover year and month. So as transacting months, and we'll group by, because you have used a count aggregate function. So group by customer ID. So if I just run this part, see how the output look like. We got the transacting months for each customer ID. So for example, customer ID C1 has transacted in 4 months. The customer ID C2 has transacted in 3 months. Now the step 3 is to calculate the expected months for each customer. And this is the most important part. So see how I am calculating the expected months. So we'll select our first part, that is where we have calculated the first and last transaction date. We'll be using that. Okay, I'll just copy paste it. I'll run it again. Okay. See, we have the first order date and last order date, and we'll be selecting the expected month. The expected month is nothing but what is the last month, and we'll subtract it from the first month, right? And I have added as 1. So while solving it, I'll show you why I have added 1 to here. So now to calculate the expected month, we'll be using this as a CT. So with CT as, all right, and I'll select from CT, I'll select the entire data. So select star, comma, and to calculate the expected month, we'll be using a function called timestamp diff. Okay, so I'll show you how that works. So timestamp and diff. Okay, and because we want the gap in months, so we have to put month, comma, the first order date and last order date. Okay, so this is the expected month. Okay, if I run this part, see how the output will come as. We have the customer ID, we have the first order date, we have the last order date and expected month. There is still, we need to still add the +1 part. Okay, I'll explain you why we need to add 1 to it. So if for example customer C1, the first order date was in January, the last order date month was in April. Okay, so the customer's expected months was 4, right? So we want the customer to transact in January, February, March and April to count it as a customer who have transacted in every month. Okay, so that is expected month, but because we have used timestamp diff, the difference is coming as 3. All right, so we have to add a 1 here. So if I run this again, see the expected month was 4 for the customer one. Okay, so you understood why we have used timestamp diff and added 1 to get the expected month. Now for the final solution, I'll just copy paste the entire step 3. All right, So we got the customer ID, we got the first order date, we got the last order date, and we got the expected month. The only thing missing here is what is the actual transacting month for each customer, right? And we have done that in step 2. So I'll just copy paste this part, which will give me the transacting months, and I'll paste it over here. All right. So if I run this part, okay, see what we got in this table. So we got customer IDs, we got the first order date, last order date, the transacting months, and the expected months. And now the question was to get the customer whose transacting months is equal to the expected month. So we just need to do that to get the final query. Okay. So I'll use this as a subquery, the entire thing. So from, I'll close bracket and I'll name it as temp table. So I'll select the entire thing, select star, and I'll put a where condition. So where the transacting months is equal to the expected months. Okay. Now if I run this part, we got the output, that is customer ID as C1 and C3. So these are the two customers who have transacted in all 4 months from their first order till their last order. So this is a very commonly asked interview question, and by watching this video, you got how to approach this question step by step. Thank you for watching this video, and keep watching my channel for more such SQL interview questions and their step by step explanations.